All right, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please. Click the bell next to the subscribe button, because so we follow these stories all the way from the beginning to the end. That means we follow the story when things happen, then we follow the story when they caught who did the things that happen, then we follow the court case all the way to sentencing, and then we follow the life of these people and all these things all the way to the end. But this takes time, because judicial system, rules, laws, and regulations and all these things take time to play out over time. So if you're not subscribed and you're not on that notification, you're going to miss what really happened in the entire story. This particular story we covered on Morning Thoughts yesterday morning. Today is Saturday the 21st of January 2023. We covered this on Friday the 20th of January 2023 on our Morning Thoughts show. But that show was very long, about 2 hours long, and I know a lot of you don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to give you the short version of this particular story without giving you all the other stories. Straight to the chase. Mandeville, Manchester, Jamaica. Police here are theorizing that an alleged 6-year family feud over land and houses in this South Central parish is a possible motive for Thursday's shooting death of United Kingdom resident Michael Brown. Now, Michael left the UK, went to Jamaica to handle some business, and he lost his life. He will not be returning to the UK. Instead, they are now planning his funeral in Jamaica as well. Sad situation, but when you hear the details of it, it makes it even sadder. There's also a warning in here for those of us living overseas who are investing in Jamaica and dealing with family members and friends and your finances as far as land, property, dead left is what we call it, like mommy and daddy or grandma and grandpa passed away, and there are things that are left behind, and you think you might be a part of what is left behind. Just cock your ears that way, yeah, and listen a little bit. All right? Okay. Shout out to the Jamaica Observer, because this is where we're taking most of this information from, along with our commentary, and we're only using it for commentary purposes to guide our commentary, just so there is no plagiarism involved. This is not our material. This comes from the Jamaica Observer. Okay? All right. So Brown, otherwise called Jimmy. Jimmy was killed about 12:20 a.m. while he was in bed, 4 days after laying his 74-year-old mother to rest. Head of the Manchester Police Superintendent Shane McCallum told the Jamaica Observer that the police had intervened in a long-standing family dispute over property and houses. House is, right? Now, he said that up to recently, up to the 18th of January, remember I know, today is the 21st, up to the 18th of January 2023 right here, the police had to intervene in domestic disputes between these relatives. Mind you, this feud over these houses and lands is 6 years plus running. So a long time them a fight over this. All right. He said that the police intervention wasn't sufficient to prevent Brown's demise. The dispute stems as far back as 2015, and it is various properties, not only one property, but in other areas of Manchester, it's about 5 houses in total. That is what they're fighting for. A police source told the Jamaica Observer that up to late Thursday, 2 of the Browns' relatives were taken into custody, and they are believed to be the ones responsible for his demise. Superintendent McCallum earlier said that the relatives were persons of interest. A later publication to the news outlet Updated says that those relatives are believed to be the ones who are responsible. We would have gone to the extent where we also referred relatives to the Restorative Justice Department as another avenue of intervention into the long-standing dispute over the properties. The police chief said that the relatives were counseled for hours. Many times they intervened and they know what's going on, and they counseled them for hours. He said that we even brought them in and we spoke to them for hours to try to come to some level of understanding, because them are war with each other and the war looks serious, right? And even after we did all that, we still referred the matter to the restorative justice program just for them to go through as another level of intervention, because we never want to see it come to this. Manchester has over the years been seen gruesome cases involving domestic disputes, and McCullough is urging residents to find amicable ways of resolving these conflicts. Stop killing your family members over land and property. On Thursday, when the Observer visited one of the Browns' family properties in Miketown, some grief-stricken family members expressed their disgust at the series of events leading up to his death. One of the family members said, "The whole of here is family property. The whole of this." Point out to land and houses. All of this a fi we. And him mother, him come bury. Him come down from England to bury his mother. Me no see no sign of forced entry into the room that he was in. And I embed him there, you know. And in I embed them, shoot him up and kill him, you know. The relative pointed to 3 of the houses on the Miketown property, claiming that those structures were a part of the contention between other relatives. You know how much night we have to call police because of this same dispute, yeah? Them even threaten each other, you know, right after the burial. Right after him bury mother, big fight start. The relatives claimed that Brown's mother suffered during the dispute, and the relatives also said that Brown's mother, who he just buried 4 days before his death, she had to run. She was attacked and she had to run out of our house naked down the road looking for help. All now me can't believe it. Me can't believe said this end up a happen. Is this the way of the world? I guess this is the way of the world. Another family member said last September that Brown installed a closed-circuit system of cameras to monitor the family's property because of this same old family dispute. All right. Couple of comments that were over here. Katie says, "This is a sad tale. I strongly believe in written, will not word of mouth, because I realize a lot of times that most of the elderly people, them just tell you when they died, the house is yours or a piece of land is yours. You know, a granny will tell you, say, no man, you don't have to buy nothing. The house are for you. Matter of fact, the house are for all I know. Me don't want the land to share up. Me want everybody to come and enjoy it for generations to come." That's what the elders normally say, right? At the end of life. But that right there is not a good thing, right? So this is what Katie is saying. The elders usually pass land and house down by word of mouth. But she not believing in that. Have it written in a will or some form of paperwork sometimes lead to these disputes if you don't have these things, where family members start to fight over what we call dead left. And most time, some of the elderly, they know it will lead up to this, but yet still, they do not put any other paperwork in place. That's how family kill one another. And it should not be like this. This is very sad. But unfortunately, this is how it ends up all the time. And I encourage my audience members to make sure you get your thing in paper. Don't let nobody tell you about, no man, when me dead, the rest of this I feel. No. You have other family members that are looking at the same piece of land you're looking at. Maybe it was your cousins, your brother, your sister, who grew up in the same house. Who probably left and all go foreign and these things. But trust me, the property is on everybody's mind. Because grandma and grandpa, mommy and daddy are going to pass away one day. Now comes the fight, because everybody is going to feel like, well, this was my childhood home as much as it was yours, and grandma and grandpa did love me as much as them did love you. So when grandma did say, I fit everybody, so you can't say yours. Now you are stuck with a piece of land that is not yours. So if you are hoping to own a piece of land, then make sure you have your paperwork in your name that says you own. Otherwise, it is not yours. And these types of conflicts can happen. Another grave mistake that a lot of people make is that they believe, Nasa, this a cousin Richard, me and him grew up and me piss bed cousin this. Him not do me nothing. You know, we argue and thing over the land. We all threaten each other and them something there. But him not do me nothing. That's a big mistake you're making. You don't know who will take your life, my friend. And like I said before, contract killing in Jamaica is a big deal. So nowadays, when family members are frustrated with each other, they might not have the nerve to kill you themselves. God, them are no killer. They might not have the nerve to kill you themselves because they love you or they know you too good and it just not in them heart. But they can surely sanction somebody to do it and pretend like they have nothing to do with it. So when you see door kick off, gunman come in, full you up a gunshot, and everybody act like them don't know what happened. A lot of the times, it's a family member that sanctioned that hit behind reasons like these. Fight them a fight over dead left. Only me says, I don't understand people killing each other over land. So when you go to prison now, who will still be there to inherit that land? Good talk, yeah talk, only me. But here what? Them not think that far. And they don't business. And not only that, some of them wicked. Some of them even think say they're not going to go to prison. Or when they do go to prison, they will be out in time to still enjoy the land. And if they don't get out in time to enjoy the land, their children will. Because my daddy left this give me, and the story continues. You understand? Alright. AEW says, rest in peace to this young man. The Jamaican course of the dead left strikes again. Unfortunately, sometimes there are family members in Jamaica who feel that persons who have immigrated should no longer have rights or claims to property in Jamaica because you live overseas long time. You never there. You never there when Granny did get sick. You never there when I try help her. Are we there with her? So you come down here now after she dead and gone and talk about you own land. You don't own nothing around your brother. That's the approach. They don't care if you were overseas busting your ass, kicking snow 4 o'clock in the morning to get to a train station or a bus to get to work. Them not care how much 12-hour double shift you did and send your little money come to Jamaica. Them not care how much shit body you wipe and patients you flipped and hospital facilities, corridors and floors you walk up and down till your boot heel them lean and send your money come to Jamaica. They don't business. All they care about is you were not physically here. So you are counted out. And here's another important message I tell to my Jamaican audience again. If you left Jamaica a long time ago and have not been back, you are considered a stranger, my friend. Even amongst your family members, you're considered a stranger. Don't bother go back to Jamaica 15, 20 years later and act like yesterday you did just, I told me did there. No. They don't see you as the same. And it might be hard to get that into your head, but they don't see you as the same. Ross, they don't even see you as a family member. They might still call your cousin, or uncle, and brother, and friend, or auntie, or whatever, but they don't see you as a family member for real. Make fight broke out in other house there and see if everybody not turn against you quick fast, because you are the foreigner. Them, they've been living together. They have a cohesion. Them used to cuss and make up and them fight for each other and defend each other. They're unit. They are united in that manner. You're out of it. Now, keep that in mind. AEW says, we've read about it time and time again where overseas residents are murdered either during a visit to bury a parent or a visit to oversee some construction of a new house. It seems that the death of a parent, particularly one who is a patriarch or matriarch of the family, often exacerbates this type of situation in that persons have to discuss uneasy topics such as, okay, we just bury grandma now, or we just bury mommy and daddy now, so who are gonna get the house now? And then that is where hell normally broke loose. What kind of nonsense was that? All of them could have shared the property by building upwards. You know what the solution to that would have been? The solution to that would have been, and again, I discussed this on Morning Thoughts, Airbnb is something that is booming in Jamaica right now. Not just that, construction is booming in Jamaica right now. Building up of new properties and ways to make money. Many different ways to make money. These is not our traditional back in the day days. Nowadays, if you have a little piece of property in Jamaica, you don't have to be on the island even to make a lot of money. So imagine 5 houses left behind. At least 2 or 3 of those houses could be real money makers, you know. The family could come together instead of killing each other, cultivate the property to beautify it around these houses, make sure them do over the inside up to par and standards. That way when foreigners fly in, them feel well comfortable and luxurious inside there. And then work together to get clients in. Somebody run the website, somebody list it on Airbnb and monitor that, somebody monitor the finances and so on and so forth, and they could actually have a solid business running that will bring in income in US dollars, Canadian dollars, pounds, British pounds, right there. But they prefer to kill off each other over who are going to own the piece of land and who are going to own the 5 houses. And at the end of the day, watch and see. None of those houses are going to turn into money-making ventures or something that could elevate members of that family. Right? Scandinavian say, time for the government to start hanging people for convicted murder. The government should also hang people having illegal guns. Long ago, people would fight it out in a dispute and no one is killed. Too much illegal guns on the island now, man, in the possession of scumbags and ignorant people. As soon as there's a dispute, so them go right with the illegal gun and kill people. We got to get rid of them. What a nation we have become. God help us. That comment has several different heads, but you get the point, right? Long time ago you fight. Some people even fling buckle, run down family member, thump them up, them thump your back, all these things. But, you know, you live to look back on it and say, boy, we did stupid, you know. And you are both alive to be able to apologize to each other and make amends over the years. See? Not no more. Nowadays, the simplest dispute, if Johnny say A and you say it's not A, is B, a gunshot a come next. So I encourage and tell my audience members also, don't left life in foreign and go to Jamaica to go pop no big fight and no big argument with anybody down there. Here's the thing. They live on the island, you don't. Okay? So in this brother's case, in Jimmy's case, or Michael Brown case, cause Michael Brown him name but them call him Jimmy. In Jimmy's case, that's exactly what he did. Him left foreign, he left the UK, he went to Jamaica to go pop big fight and big argument over land and property and house, right? They live on the island, they have access to things you don't have access to. For instance, when you land, you don't have a gun waiting for you at airport. Them already have a gun, and them already have access to gun and gunman friend and all these things. Matter of fact, let's end this video by saying this. And I want y'all to take this as a lesson. See? His demise was planned because from 6 years ago, him a fly into Jamaica to come argue and fight about land and fly back out, and fly in, come argue and fly back out, and fly in, come argue and fly back out. And this time, them plan it and them say, alright, him mama dead, a film time for go to clip him rotted wing them. And that's what they did and him couldn't fly back out. Sad to say, but this was planned, orchestrated, that this time when you come, you're not leaving alive. And see it there, him go. Him do him same routine. He thought it was going to be fly in, cuss, argue about land, fly back out. Nope. This time it was cuss, argue about land, lay mummy to rest, and 4 days after, you gone too. Sad. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. This is the shortened version instead of the 2 hour show. Alright, for the people them who either have short attention span or just don't have the time to tune in for that long. Big up on yourself. Stay good. Walk good. Later. I'm out. Peace.